didn't have that serious perspective and that preparedness to live up to those covenants, and caused me a decade or more of my life of really wandering in the wilderness and being very much lost in regards to my relationship with the Lord and where I should have been. Now, graciously, thankfully, through the atonement, was able to eventually find my way back. And after severe and serious repentance and truly learning and understanding and grabbing hold of the atonement, was able to get back to a point where not only were those covenants I had made previously and the temple, not only was I able to enjoy going back and participating in that temple experience, but I was then able to start to allow it to transform me and completely change everything about me. Like, that's the power that the endowment offers, is it truly transforms who you are and who you can become. And that, to me, I wish I had understood that, as opposed to my perspective as a 23-year-old kid that had been messing around for several years and felt like, well, I want to feel like I'm doing right again. And so what's the next thing I should do? Well, I guess I'll go to the temple now. And after I don't say superficial repenting, but more or less superficial repenting, feeling like, okay, I'm really sorry. I've been messing around for the last 5 years. I shouldn't have done that. And then what's the next thing for me? Well, I guess I need to go to the temple now and enter into those temples. Like, I looked at it very much like that checklist mentality. Like, this is just the next thing on the progression chart for me, is I need to go to the temple, instead of really truly understanding what was being offered and that relationship I was trying to build, and the serious nature of what I was entering into with the Lord. Because, as you said, where much is given, much is required. And I did not do that, when I went through the temple as a young adult. And I very much regret that I didn't understand, and I didn't want to understand what I was getting myself into. But because of the, you're married now, you're doing okay, this is kind of next step, rite of passage mentality, I just did it without truly being thoughtful about it. And that's on me, nobody else. I mean, that's on me. But that mentality that I allowed and that others allowed for me to exist was not good. It really set me back for a good portion of my adult life. And I wish that I had been the type of person that could have said, you know what? I'm actually not, I need to fully understand this better, or I need to have a better witness and a better conversion to the gospel so that I know I will be true and faithful to whatever is being offered to me. And I wasn't at that point yet. And it took severe repentance to eventually get back to a point where I was worthy and I was able to re-enter the house of the Lord and to continue to make those covenants with him and to have that spirit with me. So there's multiple ways to go about it, but the bottom line is, don't do it because it's a checklist item. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.